Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to play Century Spice Road by Emerson Matsuuchi. This is a deck building, engine building game, I should say. It's published by Plan B Games, and in the Netherlands it will be published by Enigma Bruxelles, and in Belgium by Asmodee in both Dutch and French. So I'll show you what's in the box, and then I'll explain the rules, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Okay, Century Spice Road. Let's have a look at the box. At the back here we can see the layout of the game and kind of how it plays in a nutshell. So let's open it up. So first, here are the rules, the setup and the rules. It's really just one leaflet and a thicker cardboard. So yeah, easy enough. I'll get to that later. Then we see a nice orange insert with 4 of these plastic cups that resemble wood to hold all your tokens. And something I really dig about this game are these sweet metal silver and gold tokens. They do look really nice and they have a nice sound to them. So that's those. We have green cubes, we have brown cubes, and we have red cubes, and finally yellow cubes. And these are all spices with different values, and the trick is to trade the cheaper spices for more expensive spices and so on. And with those spices you can buy cards that score points. So here is a big deck of large cards. I think they're tarot sized, 70 by 120 millimeters. Yeah, let's just open that up. Does it have a spot where I can pull it open? Nope. I think I'll just use my knife. Okay. There we go. All right. So, what cards do we have? So we have several types of cards. Let's see here. Okay. So these are your personal caravans. This is basically your stash of spices. So it has 10 of these square spots on them, these symbols, and it basically means you can store up to 10 cubes on your card, on your space. And they're all different, so you have different artwork on them. There's 5 different ones because this game plays 2 to 5 players. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. So you just keep one of those in front of you, and then you have the cards. I'll first take these purple cards. These are the cards that you take, and the purple edged ones are the starter cards. So you always start out with one of these and one of these. And you can pick up these cards from a line of cards on the table, and they tell you what you can do. So in this case, you could trade 2 yellow cubes for 2 red cubes, or 2 yellow ones for 1 green, etc. And they all have something different that you can trade. So it's about trading cubes, and you take these cards on your hand, and then you can play the card that you wish to play and then do that action. And when you've gained enough cubes, of course no more than 10 at a time, then you can buy one of these cards, and these are the cards that will score you the points that are printed on them. So this card costs 2 yellow, 2 red, and 2 green cubes. So you pay those cubes back into the stash, and you take that card, and sometimes you also get a coin to go with them, which are also worth points. So they're all wonderfully illustrated, as you can see, really nice. They have Eastern themed artwork. of all kinds of different countries where you are going with your caravan to trade your spices, thematically speaking. So yeah, there aren't too many different ones though. They do repeat, but the artwork is very nice. So those are the cards, and that's everything that's in the box. Let's explain the rules. The setup for Century Spice Road is as follows. You shuffle the orange deck with the point cards, and then you lay out 5 of them. And you take the gold coins, which are worth 3 points at the end of the game, and you put them on the first spot. And the silver coins that are worth 1 point at the end of the game on the second spot. And then you shuffle the purple cards, which are the merchant cards, the trading cards, and you put out 6 of those. Now take care to take out these with the blue borders first, because those are the starting cards that each player gets, so those shouldn't be in there when you shuffle it. And these trader cards have a couple of different ones. You've got these where you just harvest the spices. They'll just say an amount of cubes that you can get. Or these with the arrows that tells you to trade X yellow, well, 2 yellow cards in this case for 1 green one. Or should you have multiple yellow cubes, you could trade 4 for 2 or 6 for 3. Any multiple times what's depicted on the card. And there's lastly, there's this one card in the entire deck that is basically an upgrade of this one, and it lets you upgrade any cube to 1 cube that's worth more. So these are the cubes. You set them up over here in this order, and these are your spices. And so this is turmeric, the yellow ones, saffron, the red ones, cardamom, the green ones, and cinnamon, the brown ones. And so each one is basically worth more than the previous one. So if I want to upgrade 2 cubes here, I could use 2 yellow ones and upgrade them to 2 red ones, or I could upgrade 1 yellow to red and then 1 red to green. That's also a possibility. And this card lets you do that with 3 cubes. So that goes into the stack, and you get 2 of these blue cards for starters. Each player gets those. And this is your caravan card. It's basically the storage for your spices. It has 10 of these spots on them. So the maximum number of spices that you can have is 10. Should you end up with more at the end of your turn, you just need to discard whatever is left back into these containers. And the logo on the bottom right over there, that round circle, that's the starting player symbol, so that signifies that the person with that caravan is the starting player. Since the first player gets to go first, the other players get a little of compensation by the amount of cubes that you get to start with. So the first player gets 3 yellow cubes, and you can put them on your caravan. And then the second player gets 4 yellow cubes. The third player gets 4 yellow cubes. The fourth gets 3 yellow and 1 red. And the same goes for the fifth player. So once you've set up the game and you've dealt out the cubes, then the first player starts. And on your turn, you can do a couple of things. You can either play a card from your hand, and you don't need to show people that, you just keep these on your hand, hidden from the others, and then you perform that action. So in this case, if I play this card, I just put it on the table, I take 2 yellow cubes, and I put them in my caravan, and then the next player has his go. If I play this one, like I said, then you can upgrade 2 cubes. Say I started with this, I play this, I could put those 2 away, get 2 red ones, or choose to upgrade 1 to red and then upgrade the red to green, for example. So let's say I did this on my turn. Another thing I can do on my turn is acquire a merchant card. So that's these cards. Now the first card here you can take for free. But if you want to take a card that's further away from the start, then you need to place cubes on that. So say I really want to get that card, then that means I have to put a cube here, a cube here, a cube here, and then I can take this one. So pay attention to what you want and what you have, because you don't want to spend too many of your precious spices unless you really want that card, of course. So that's how that goes. And whenever you take a card, so let's say I took the third card, for example. Then I just take it to my hand. I leave those cubes on there. These slide to the left, and then you pick a card here and fill that empty spot. The same goes with another action, which is to claim one of those point cards, which I do by simply paying the cost. So you just need to pay the amount of cubes and the colors that's listed on them, and then you can take any of those cards, doesn't matter which one, but the first one over here does get you a gold coin, which is worth 3 points. The second one gets you a silver coin, which is worth 1 point, and then you also of course get the value of the points depicted on the card, and you just take that and you just put it face down in front of you, and that's it. And then the other ones slide up again, and you take a new one and put it open over there, and that's how that goes. Then the fourth action you can take is to rest. Say so at some point I've played all my cards and I did all my things and I have no more cards on my hand, or maybe I do have one but I don't want to play it, or I can't play it. Then I can rest, which means basically I skip a turn. I don't do anything else except pick up all the cards that I played and put them back in my hand. So those are the 4 actions. And something else to point out is that these spices are unlimited. So if for some reason one of these bowls should run out of cubes, then you can still get those colors. Just, you need to think of something to substitute them with. But I've never had them run out yet. So now the game ends once a player has taken his 5th point card in a 4 and 5 player game, or his 6th in a 2 to 3 player game. Then the game will finish the round, and at the end you just count up all your victory cards, all those points, your coins, and any spices that you have, except for the yellow ones, are 1 point. So the red, green and brown ones are all worth 1 point. You just add up all the points, player with the most points wins, and if there's a tie, the last player to have taken a turn wins the tie. So that's basically the rules. It's explained on this small sheet, and it's very easy to explain, easy to learn, easy to pick up. It is a very attractive game. I like the artwork, and if you're not so much into the trading spices in the desert and stuff, there's also a golem edition of Century Spice Road, and it has golems. All kinds of different, these big elemental shambling monsters on them, different artwork. It's a bit cuter. It has different bowls. It has transparent of those gems, the gems in different colors as well. So it has a completely different aesthetic, but it plays exactly the same game. So if you prefer that one, check it out. That's the Golem edition. So my thoughts on the game, I think like I said, it's easy to teach, it's quick to play, it's very interesting. I really like the kind of engine building that you're doing here. Well, it's not really engine building, it's just collecting all those cubes and buying the points for them. So at first I thought maybe this is just another Splendor, but it is very different. It has the same feel. And I like both games, but I also own both games because they are still very different. And I actually have to say that lately I've been preferring Century Spice Road over Splendor, but maybe that's just because it's newer, But all in all, I really enjoyed this game. I recommend trying it out, and I'm giving this 2 thumbs up. And that was Century Spice Road by Plan B Games. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and see you next time on Board Game Heaven.